Hey everybody, I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. You're ready for some great classes. We get to continue working on some Cinco Tiros, and we're going to shift from some Muay Thai into some sparring techniques with the tip focus being on our Cinco Tiros work. We're actually going to be doing some Sinawali. So, I'm really excited for it. Hopefully you guys are too. Let's get started. Let's come to attention. How do you guys feel today? Awesome, sir. Let's back up. And set position. Student creed. Student creed, sir. Line 1. I pledge to develop myself in a positive manner. Line 2. I pledge to use what I learn in class constructively and defensively. Line 3. I pledge to foster friendships and contribute to my community. And let's back up. So guys, our first warm-up today, I would normally do with you, but as I've told you guys always, right? Train smart, train healthy. Having a little issue with my calf, so I want to make sure I don't aggravate that any. And our warm-up is actually jumping jack sets going around the world. So too many jumping jacks for me to feel safe on this, but let me tell you what those are. You're going to be going through the 3 types of jumping jacks. We've got regular, shuffle, and Nordic, or also known, sometimes we call them robot jacks, right? So regular, we've done before, right? We've got our shuffle where the legs cross, the arms cross over. You would jump, bring them out, and then cross over. That's 1 and 2. Of course, they do the jump, right? And then the third one, robot jacks here, where the feet are going to swap and the hands are going to switch. And every time you do that twice, so I come back here, that's going to be 1, 2. All right? What you're going to do is 10 regular jumping jacks facing one direction. So maybe I'm facing you guys. I would do 10 regular here. And once I get through all 10, I would go to 10 shuffle. And then I would do 10 Nordic there. And then I'm going to turn and face to the side. I'm going to do the same thing. 10 regular, 10 shuffle, 10 Nordic to the back. Same idea, then to the side. Same idea, I come back to the front and I have finished. If you'd like a little bit more, then do it to the front again. So you get the 10 regular, 10 shuffle, 10 Nordic to the front twice. But that is up to you. Again, I'm not going to be doing it with you guys today just to make sure this stays healthy. But I'd like you guys to pause the video, get through all of those jumping jacks, and then I will see you guys for our next warm-up, all right? Let's do it. So our warm-up is going to be alternating between 4 push-ups, 4 sit-ups, and then 4 jumping jacks. But again, I'm going to keep this thing safe, so I'm just going to be doing the 2. I'm going to get, you know what? I'll do a 4-second plank in between, so that way I've got my adjusted warm-up there, okay? So 4 push-ups, 4 sit-ups, 4 jumping jacks. Continue again. We're going to be going for 1 minute, all right? Again, I'm going to be adjusting that jumping jack into a plank, but let's get to our push-up position. And, oh boy, I just realized I gotta adjust this one too. With the push-ups, I'm gonna be having 1 knuckle down. I don't know, guys, I got a lot of injuries right now. That's not too good, is it? So, 4 push-ups, 4 sit-ups. I'm gonna do a 4-second plank, and again, we're going for 1 minute. Ready, on your marks, get set, and go. Remember, guys, quality over quantity. I'd rather do these as sharp as I can rather than as fast as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4. You would be going to your 4 jumping jacks. I'm going to hold my plank. And get back to those push-ups. Again, we're going 1 minute, guys. 2, 3, 4. I'm getting to my sit-ups next. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't forget to breathe as we go through our warm-ups, everybody. Especially on those sit-ups, it can be easier to just kind of hold your breath as like that feeling of keeping the muscles tight in the stomach, and that's true, but you can keep them tight as you breathe still. Into the push-ups next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. In the home stretch, everybody, looks like we have negative 3 seconds. But I have to finish this set. 4 more seconds now. 2, 1, and break. Get some bonus time for us, right? Make sure we get a little extra workout there. Next up, we've got a static horse's stance. So if you haven't done static horse's stance or static stances in general, we're going to go into our stance and that's it. We're not going to move. We want to keep our stance as sharp as we can for the full, we're doing 30 seconds today, okay? So remember horse's stance, you want feet double shoulder width apart, trying to get you're keeping the feet flat, keep your shoulders up. Bend the knees and then try to keep your toes forward, although that would be the lowest thing on the totem pole of like importance, right? I would rather have the other parts there first. So again, 30 seconds, nice low horse stance. Ready, set, and go. Again, just keeping it nice and low here. If you would like to, you could practice some blocks if you remember blocking sets from a long time ago. But priority would be a sharp stance. Keep the posture. Hopefully you're feeling it in those muscles there. If not, try and get a little bit lower. I'm definitely starting to feel it in my quads. We got 7 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. We'll stand back up. Excellent work, guys. It's time to start stretching here and get into our message of the week. Choose your best stretches or your favorite ones, anything you need to get ready for some Cinco Tiros work. And I believe we've got a nice fun kick to work on for sparring today. So, message of the week. Our message of the week is the cathedral story. This is a pretty fun one. This person was taking their dog for a walk and they came upon this construction site. And they saw all these people working who looked like they were doing the same job. And as they came up to this first person, they were looking pretty grim. They weren't looking too happy. They're kind of going slow on the job and just kind of looked miserable. And they said, hey, what are you guys doing here? You know, what are you building? And that first construction worker just said, I don't really know. I'm just putting my bricks down, waiting for the end of the day. So they kept walking the dog, went on to the second, and they saw this person looked a little bit more excited. They're kind of humming a tune. They saw their head kind of bobbing, working a little bit faster. They said, hey, it looks like you're doing the same thing as that person over there. What are you guys doing? And this person said, I know I'm building this room right here. You know, I got the wall right over there and here, but finish up this third one. I think there's going to be a door right there or something like that. Yeah, it's been cool. Oh, what's it for? I don't really know. It's just a room. Okay, well, they kept going to the third person. And as they got to this third construction worker, this person looked ecstatic. They were so happy. They were bobbing up and down. They were like rocking their head, hair going everywhere, right? Doing the best job and going faster than other people. And they asked this construction worker, hey, what are you building here? And the construction worker paused for a second, looked up, and you could tell like this vision forming in their mind, said, we're building a cathedral. One day I'm going to be able to sit back here and look at this beautiful structure and remember how I played a part in making it and the process of it. And it really struck a chord with this person walking, hey, these people were doing the same job, right? But they had a completely different vision. So think about the things you're working on right now. You can get bogged down in the little details of, hey, I'm doing one push-up, right? I could say, hey, I'm getting a little bit stronger. It's going to help me with my next tip test. You can say, hey, I am working towards my black belt. I'm working towards my 2nd degree, my 4th degree, right? Whatever degree it is, I'm working to this big picture. And it's something that can help keep us motivated, can help keep us excited about what we're doing, even if at that moment we may not be doing the most exciting thing. So, again, the cathedral story. Take pride in those little details. Make sure each brick is laid appropriately, but never lose sight of the big picture. It's a great message. So, again, the cathedral story. We got some Cinco Tiros coming up next, guys, and I cannot wait. I'll see you in a second. Everybody, so we got some stick curriculum to continue with this week. It's actually something called Sinawali. Roughly translates to the dance. It was a way that originally the Filipinos could disguise their practice of the strikes by calling it a dance. So fun thing to do. We've got a couple different ones based on our rank. If you have a stick, go ahead and grab it. Make sure you've got a lot of space that you can practice so you're nice and safe. If you do not, that's okay. We actually are working on a certain pattern which you can do open-handed, which is actually something that's going to be really important to know how to do as you get to a higher rank, because we use more of our open hand for Cinco Tiros. But either way, if you got something that works like a stick, go grab it. If you got a stick, go grab it. If you don't, then do it open-handed and it'll work just the same. So let's jump into our Sinawali. So as you guys can see, I actually have 2 sticks here. We're going to be doing something called double stick Sinawali. Now, so our starting position, we've got one stick in each hand. I'm going to take, I should mention this too, I'm going to be mirroring you guys as we go through this, okay? So everything's mirrored. If it's on the right side of your screen here, I'm going to call right, even though it's technically my left hand. And everything that's on the left side of your screen here is going to be the left, even if that's technically my right hand, okay? So we're going to start, just for consistency's sake, on the right side. I'm going to take my right stick and I'm going to put it on my shoulder. And I'm going to take my left one and bring it across my body to the ribs. So I've got sticks kind of parallel here, right? Again, take the right hand, put it on your shoulder, left hand down by the ribs. And then of course, we're gonna wanna be in a good stick fighting stance. So, right foot forward, left foot back. Now, it's going to be a series of 3 strikes that are repeated on both sides. So we really only have to worry about 3 total strikes here. I'm going to start with this top stick, the one on my shoulder, my right hand. It's going to get a forehand strike to the head, and it's going to follow all the way through to my shoulder. Second one, I'm going to take my left hand. That one's going to strike to the knee, and it's also going to follow through to my shoulder. So I've got them parallel, but both at my shoulder there. Again, coming back to the beginning, right hand on the shoulder, left hand comes to the ribs, so they're parallel and on the same side of our body. Good, ready? I'm going to strike to the head, follow through. Left hand, the low one, strike to the knee, follows through to the shoulder. Again, right hand is up by the shoulder, left hand across to the ribs. Ready? Top hand strikes to the head, follows through. I'll rest it here. Lower hand, my left hand, strikes down to the knee, and it follows through. Awesome. Now, if I had a partner, right, anytime I did this strike, they would do the exact same one, and we would collide in the middle. So, right, let's say that you're starting on your right side there, and I was over on this side. If I strike and you strike at the same time, they should come and clash together. All right? So, sticks clash, we both follow through. They both follow through. Now, one more. I'm going to use my right hand. I'm going to strike it to the head one more time, but this one is not going to follow through. It's going to retract down to my ribs. Now, you should see something here that looks very familiar. It should look just like we were at the beginning, just on the opposite side. Check that out. Again, let's go all the way back to the beginning here. Right stick is on the top right shoulder. Left stick is down by my right side ribs. Top hand, right hand, strike to the head, follow through. Left hand, lower hand, strike to the ribs, strike to the knee, follows through to my shoulder. Now this one, this is the retracting strike. I strike to the head, and it bounces back, it retracts to my ribs. There we go. So follow throughs to the shoulder, retracting to the ribs. Follow through to the shoulder, follow through to the shoulder, retracting to the ribs. And it's very important, it is important to keep our sticks parallel here to ensure that my stick can get out. But you'll notice that I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see that they don't go parallel. If they're not parallel, they cross, then I have a long time to try and pull that stick out. So let's do it again. So one more reminder on how we start this. I'm on my stick fighting stance. Right stick is going to come up to the right shoulder here. The left stick is going to come across the body to my ribs. I'm going to strike up to the head, and it's going to follow through. Strike to the knees, follow through, making sure, again, my sticks are parallel. And then finally, the right hand is going to strike to the head, but this one is going to retract. It's going to pull back to the ribs, and I should find myself in the exact same position, just on the opposite side. Now, I'm not going to worry about changing my feet quite yet. If I want to, or if you want to do this at home, what you can do is triangle step your way here, and then I can be going on this side. Boom, triangle step, but that's again something I wouldn't worry too much about, okay? So, follow through, retract. Now, same thing other side. Top hand is gonna strike to the head and follow through. Lower hand, strike to the knees, follow through. Top hand, strike to the head. This one is gonna retract to the ribs. So every third strike retracts. Follow through, retracting. Follow through, retracting. There we go. So that is double stick Sinawali. Great work with that, guys. And again, I'll show you a quick version of this without the sticks, just doing it open hand. Okay, so I got open hand here, right? For double stick Sinawali, I would bring this hand up to the ribs and this one across to the shoulder, up to the shoulder, across to the ribs. Now, strike up to the head. With a partner, you can either go open hand like a high five, or you could go with the blade of the hand to the blade of the hand to get a little bit more like a strike to keep it more to tradition. Strike to the head, follows through. This one, that lower one, that left hand, strikes to the knee, follows through. Notice how I'm still trying to keep these parallel. Right hand strikes up to the head, but this one retracts down to the shoulder. And again, I would follow that same pattern. Head through, knees through, bounce back to the ribs. Follow to the shoulder, retract to the ribs. The other thing that I could mention as I go through here is that it's always switching hands. So notice right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. There we go. I want to actually give one more demonstration here with the two sticks of what our end goal of this would look like. So the end goal would be not a single stick moving at any given point, but as I strike with one stick, the other stick is going to be retracting. So they're essentially switching positions. Anytime I'm pulling a stick to a chamber, the other one's going out to strike. If I'm pulling this one to the chamber, this one goes out to strike. So in all, it would be here, where I'm trying to, again, get my hands working together. And I don't know why I was starting to talk in that pattern. It had to do with the sticks probably. But that's the goal of what double sticks in a volley would look like after a lot of time practicing it. Right now, again, I would just start with this. Head, follow through. Knee, follow through. Head, retracting, and look at this, I'm ready on the other side. Head, follow through. Knee, follow through. Head, retracting, and I've completed that full set. So, excellent work with double sticks in a volley, guys. We got some sparring coming up next. All right, guys, we're gonna take a step away from Muay Thai for just a little bit here, and we're jumping into some sparring combos. Starting off with a nice basic one that's incredibly effective in sparring, just to make sure we get back into the groove of things as we build on this. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to warm up with our back knuckle punch, nice and simple. Remember, for a sparring stance, we turn all the way to the side. So notice the knot of my belt is now facing towards that bag instead of towards you. But instead of my hands up to the bag, I'm going to bring them up towards you. Finally, light bounces on the balls of my feet. Good. Now watch what happens if let's say I wanted to spar to the Wave Master over here, just so you can get another view of what my body looks like. Notice how I'm looking to my side. My hands are out in front here, so they're not tucked in like this. And I can see my target while having one leg in front of the other, so I'd be able to kick pretty quickly, right? Excellent. So let me jump back and face towards you. Now the back knuckle is almost always done with our lead hand, the one that's in like front here, the one that's closer to our target. So since I'm trying to back knuckle you, I'm gonna use this hand right here. So first thing, I'm gonna slide towards you, pick up my close leg, push off the back one, and slide. Now, this lead hand is going to extend, coming in ever so slightly from the side, so that the back of my hand can aim towards your temple. So that's the only spot we hit to in sparring, we hit to the temples, all right? So again, in my sparring stance, I'm gonna slide forward, and this hand that's closer to my target, back of the hand is going to hit. Now you can check if you've done the right thing by sticking your thumb out. If I do my back knuckle correctly, my thumb should stick up. Ooh, look at that. And the back of my hand would be hitting the target. If the back of my hand hits you, but I stick my thumb out and it points down, not right. So that's a good way that we can check. All right, so again, sparring stance, we slide and back knuckle. Good, let's do it again. Slide forward and back knuckle. Awesome, ready? Wow. Now on our own here, let's go about 30 seconds. Anytime you're ready, slide forward, throw that back knuckle out. Ready? And begin. Again, just 30 seconds. My advice would be to stick with just one hand right now. Just work on one side, whichever one is your favorite. Usually, people put their favorite kicking leg in front of them. There we go. We got about 10 seconds left. And break. Nice work, guys. Excellent. So let's add on one more technique here. We're going to add on our forward reverse punch. This works incredibly well because if I just do a back knuckle up towards your head, chances are you're going to try and block, right? Well, if I am a punch down towards the body, if you don't have your hands up, it's going to be tough to block, right? So that's our goal. I slide forward to back knuckle you, and as soon as I extend that out, whether or not I made contact, right? Maybe I scored a point, I got that hit. Maybe you were really quick and you blocked it. As soon as that happens, I'm going to take this other hand and punch right towards you. But I turn my hips to get that little extra reach. There we go. Other hand comes up by my head to keep myself safe, and now I'm going to slide away, trying to get out. Trying to get in, and then back out, so that way you can't hit me back. All right, let's keep going here. We slide forward to that back knuckle. We turn our hips, punch, and cover with this first hand, and we slide back out. Good. If I do it at an angle, you'll be able to see here a little bit in a different way. Back knuckle, punch. Good. Back knuckle, and watch the hips turn here to make sure that punch can reach. And here's a really good demonstration of, look at this Wave Master here. Let's say that was my partner. If I slide towards my partner in back knuckle, I'm just in range to hit, right? Well, if I punch from here and I don't turn, it's not gonna reach. If I turn my hips, look at that. That gets me in just the perfect range to throw that punch, but still keep my distance, so it's harder for that Wave Master to, I guess it can't kick me or punch me, right? Imagine if that was a person, it'd be harder for them to get any counter technique on me. So let's go 30 seconds here just with that back knuckle punch. All right, here we go. On your marks, get set, and go. Back knuckle, turn the hips, punch, slide away. Back knuckle, turn the hips, punch, slide back away. Turn the hips, punch, and slide away. Good. We're going about 15 more seconds here. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And break. So guys, now that we worked on that basic intro, just that back knuckle punch, I want to talk about adding some kicks beforehand. Usually in a sparring combo, you'll start with your kicks because you can cover a greater distance with them, right? Legs are a little bit longer. And then you follow it up with the hand techniques after that. So today we're going to be doing our lead leg roundhouse kick. And I know we've got a lot of experience with this in terms of Muay Thai, right? We've done a lot of back leg roundhouse kicks, which is a little bit more power based. In sparring, remember that our goal is control, to have lightning quick techniques, very light contact. So that's why we're going to be doing this with our lead leg. I'm going to turn a little bit to the side for demonstration here, at an angle. That way you can see a little bit better as opposed to just going right towards you. So my first step when I get ready is I'm pulling my lead leg up into a universal chamber. From here you can kind of see it's pulling at a little bit of an angle. Not going to give me the strongest kick, but it can help me disguise the kicks. We'll go into a little more detail of that at a different time if you haven't learned it before. But hold it up with your knee a little bit above your ankle. We've got it at that diagonal. So, right, I've got that chamber. And as I chamber, I'm going to push off of my back leg. I'll bend the knee and push forward a little bit. Here, chamber, bend, and push. Awesome. Let's talk about how our plant foot here needs to be turned in order to do this effectively. Go ahead and try this out real quick. If you take your feet, try and slide them on the ground. If you just try and go side to side, I'm not sure how well this is going to turn out in terms of like hardwood floors or rugs, but I know especially on mats it makes a big difference. Now try and move your feet forwards. So keep them flat on the ground, don't step, but try and slide them forwards. Trying to keep your weight over them. Now finally, keeping your weight over them, slide them backwards. Usually people find that sliding your feet backwards makes it a lot easier to move. That's why moonwalk comes, right? But we're gonna utilize that to our advantage as we do our roundhouse kick. When I'm getting ready to kick, let's say I'm going over towards this red Wave Master here, this is the leg that's gonna do it. When I push, this foot is gonna turn and I'm gonna have my toes point to the back, all right? So I'm looking here, I chamber, bend, push, and my toes are rotating back. Let's see a little bit of a quicker demonstration here. Again, I'm gonna kick towards that red bag. So I'm in my sparring stance, toes point around, that way I can slide a little bit better. It's gonna become especially important in just a little bit here, right? First though, let's get quick 30 seconds of that lead leg roundhouse kick. And if you're feeling up to it, as soon as you kick and land, throw that back knuckle punch we worked on earlier, okay? Let's get started. 30 seconds, ready, go. There we go. Boom, boom. Oh, here we go. Boom, boom. Roundhouse back knuckle punches. Boom, boom. Trying to keep my hands up, trying to keep my posture, making sure I have good chambers. I'm always getting back to that sparring stance. Break. Excellent work on that combo, guys. One of the most effective techniques or most effective combos you'll ever use in sparring. So practice it, practice it, practice it as much as you can. Nice job with that, guys. That's all we got for sparring today. Let's jump into our announcements next. All right, everybody, real quick announcements here. Just note that tip testing for next week will be on the Cinco Tiros de Sinaloa that you've been working on. Really looking forward to it, excited for it. And I believe that's it. Hope you guys have a nice, safe week. I hope you guys are doing well, and I can't wait to see some tip videos. Let's come to attention, and let's bow out. Class dismissed.